in today's team selection video with that extra information we've just gained from the press conferences. How is that going to affect my FPL team this week, especially with Matheus Cunha? So let's jump in and see how I could line up ahead of that game week 17 deadline. Now, I'm pretty happy with my backline in FPL, and I have been for a little while now, especially with the addition of CUNHA last game week. I feel as though the rotation between him and Robinson in the next few weeks is going to be super handy. And of course, Robinson this week is a player that everyone seems to be bringing in. I've had him for a little while now, sitting on the bench with his kind of worse off fixtures, but now he's getting to that good fixture run. It is definitely time to start playing him, and I'm excited to play him in that Southampton at home fixture. Of course, the rest of the defence are away from home, and I suppose we could look at the Arsenal boys first with that Crystal Palace away from home fixture. It's an okay fixture. You know, Arsenal do sit in away from home. They are quite defensive away from home. With the kind of boost that Palace have just gotten in terms of form, maybe we see a goal conceded by Arsenal in this fixture. I feel as though with Eze out of the Crystal Palace squad, 100% guaranteed from that press conference, it gives us more of a chance of a clean sheet. And with that double Arsenal defence, I'm actually pretty happy this week. But that recent form of Palace does scare me ever so slightly. When we move to Trent, of course, I think there's goals in this game. I really do. I'm not sure I'm expecting too much of a clean sheet chance in this fixture. However, we've just seen what happened in the FA Cup there with, or was it the FA, or it might have been the Carabao Cup, apologies for that, but Trent obviously playing Tottenham away. Tottenham away just played Manchester United. There was many goals in that game, many mistakes defensively from Tottenham and Manchester United, but when we look at that Tottenham defence now, I think we can lick our lips if we own players like Trent, Salah, and maybe even some other assets out there, but definitely Trent and Salah. So overall with the defence, I'm pretty happy for game week 17. Now, in the midfield, of course, this is mainly where my captaincy picks are coming from for the majority of FPL at the moment. We've got Palmer, we've got Salah, we've got Saka. And as you can see, Salah has the captaincy armband this game week. I'll start with Mbeumo on the left-hand side and kind of sweep across the midfield and speak about each one. Mbeumo at home, I'm hoping it's a good game for him. I'm kind of forced into keeping him a little bit this game week. There is an opportunity where I could include him in a -4 move to get rid of him and involve Ahmad in the team. But for a -4, I'm not too sure I'm too tempted of that right now, especially when it's a home fixture for Mbeumo. We look at Palmer, Everton away, of course. We all remember that 4 goals that Palmer scored against Everton. But when he went to Goodison Park, he did blank, so maybe that's putting me off ever so slightly, but we know what Palmer can do. He's an absolute animal as a footballer. Salah, as I mentioned briefly before about the Tottenham defence, I am just kind of mostly going to keep it on Salah. I don't think I'm going to change captaincy. There is the temptation to possibly go Saka. However, I feel as though Salah's the standout pick this week for me in terms of captaincy. That Spurs defence just look awful. I mean, not as bad as City, but they're still making a lot of mistakes, and it's kind of a makeshift defence with people who don't really play these positions. I'm looking forward to the captaincy armband on Salah this game week for sure. Saka, I would say, probably is the next in line for the captaincy armband for me personally. I feel as though with Palmer, yes, you've got a great attacking side in Chelsea, but Everton are quite good at home, just sitting in defensively and just holding on to games. And I think that could happen in this fixture if there isn't an early goal. If we're kind of looking at a full half of football without a goal, or maybe even just one goal to Chelsea, I think not too much else is going to happen in that game. But when we look at Saka, we've got the set pieces. We've seen what happened when he came off the pitch midweek. Instant impact. I feel as though he's a great option this game week. However, Palace have been performing a lot better recently in terms of just, you know, they were a poor side, but now they're getting a little bit of form, a little bit of momentum. That Eze injury isn't ideal for them, but I feel as though Saka this week is a really decent option for captaincy. I just will stick with Salah. Rodgers, Man City at home. I actually quite like this fixture. I've said this in my transfer plans video. this is actually a decent fixture. Man City is still bad defensively. The missing key players that we found out in the press conferences, Ruben Dias, isn't available, so they're going to have to line up with Akanji and Stones, maybe even Guardiola tucking in as that third kind of centre-back kind of role. So he's got something to prove as well. I believe he did used to play for City, so perhaps a little bit of revenge in order in this case. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to playing Rodgers this game week. I don't normally say that about Morgan Rodgers, but I think this could be a decent fixture for him. But yeah, super happy with the midfield this week. Now, the reason this team selection video has been posted a little bit later than normal, I normally post it on Thursdays, but looking at a Friday afternoon upload today, is because of Matheus Cunha. We're waiting on information regarding him, and we've kind of got a little bit of that today. And I'm not sure it's as helpful as we really wanted, but at least it's something. And if you own Matheus Cunha, you should look at this and kind of make your own mind up on what to do with him, because it seems that the FA haven't responded to Wolves immediately in terms of a ban. I'm assuming that Wolves have done sort of the way they've dealt with this is to be able to have Matheus Cunha play this game. So in my eyes, he starts this fixture. We maybe see, a very quick ban from the FA, so he doesn't play this weekend. However, we've seen in the past with the likes of Bentancur and other players that they haven't been banned immediately once that appeal has been put through or that appeal has been denied. It sort of took a little bit of time until that ban was put in place, and then that player is then banned for a number of matches. I still think Matheus Cunha will get banned by the FA. There's absolutely no way that this player doesn't get banned. I think if you haven't seen the clip, go check it out. An elbow to the back of the head, a grab of someone's glasses and face. It's very aggressive, but I feel as though this Leicester away fixture, I've got to keep him for it. It's a great fixture. Leicester are conceding a lot of shots lately. Matheus Cunha likes to have a pop outside the box. Why not just play him? Especially when you consider the fact that forwards at the moment, it's kind of, there's no concrete amazing people as forwards, apart from Isak and Jackson, in my opinion. And if I was to make the move for Jackson this week and he gets a yellow card, well, I'm a bit stuck in terms of what to do next. So I feel as though if I trust the fact that Matheus Cunha is going to play this weekend and then decide a bit later on down the line in the next few weeks of which forward is the best to go to, then we're going to have a bit more of a chance in sort of not wasting transfers, if you understand me. I could easily just make the transfer to Raul Jimenez. However, I feel as though his minutes are something I'm really not too keen on. The likes of Muniz will be getting a shot as that front man for Fulham, and yeah, I'm just not too sure I want to be going away from Matheus Cunha into Raul if he has that chance of playing. When we come to João Pedro, of course, the last player in this team, West Ham away from home. I don't think it's a bad fixture at all. João Pedro just hasn't been playing amazing lately, and that worries me a little bit, but at his price point, on penalties, plays a decent amount of minutes for Brighton. I feel as though I've just got to keep a hold and just monitor a few more weeks until the fixtures start to look a bit shaky. I think it's about game week 19 when they start playing Aston Villa and Arsenal. So, yeah. Overall, with the team, I am pretty pleased with how we're looking at the moment. I think we've got a solid foundation. Perhaps, rolling the transfer this week and saving it for next week will give me more of an idea of which forward I want to move to next when I move away from Cunha next week. Could be early I make a move as well, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, overall super happy with the team. I think I'm going to stick with Salah captaincy because I do think he is the best option this game week. But yeah, that is my team for game week 17. Now, of course, I will be doing my deadline stream like normal tomorrow from 9 a.m. for that 11 a.m. deadline. So make sure you tune in for that one either on TikTok or on YouTube. Possibly getting some early team news for the likes of Man City and Aston Villa. But yeah, that is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.